Welcome back to everyone, Football Zone and to a weekend previewing Premier League games this week, and starting off on Saturday at lunchtime with Fulham against Manchester United. And of course there's going to be a lot of pressure on Manchester United in this one, with everything going on behind the scenes at the moment at that club. Pressure going on Ten Hag, poor results recently, etc, etc. Taking on a Fulham side, who picked up a really good win in the week over Ipswich. I think they'll be coming to this one with a bit of momentum, so it's going to be a tough one for them. I'm going to say Manchester United will get a draw, but I don't think they can beat Fulham here. I'm going to say 1-1. Moving on into Brentford as they take on West Ham at the G-Tech Community Stadium. And this is an interesting one. Brentford, 2 wins on the trot now, really starting to gain some momentum, but West Ham getting that win over Arsenal was a great result. But then, of course, before that they were on a bit of a dodgy run, so they'll be hoping that result kind of turn things around for them. But of course, Brentford away, it's a tough game, isn't it? So it'll be interesting to see which way this one goes. But I'm going to say it will be 1-1. I think it will be a draw between the two London clubs. Moving on then to Burnley as they take on Crystal Palace at Turf Moor. And for Burnley, it's been a pretty disastrous start to the season. I really thought how well they played in the Championship last year, that they'd be doing a lot better this season. But so far, it hasn't panned out that way at all, has it? They've been really struggling, taking on a Palace side who, themselves aren't in the best of form either. So I think, they'll definitely see this as an opportunity to pick up a result, Burnley. But like I say, it will be a tough game. I can see Palace edging it though. I think they'll have enough for Burnley, because I just think Burnley is struggling so much at the moment. Moving on into Everton as they take on Brighton at Goodison. And Everton coming into this one, 2 wins on the trot now for them, 3 wins in 4, so they're in good form at the moment, taking on a Brighton side who've only got 1 win in the last 5, so they are struggling at the moment. I would say it's been 7th in the league, you can't complain, but bit of a dip recently. They'll be looking to get back on track here, and I think they will have enough to get a win over Everton. I think they're a stronger team still. Moving on into Man City against Bournemouth, and this is a game which Man City, who have won the last 3 now after maybe a slight blip, just before the international break, losing 3 out of 4 needed. And Bournemouth side, who's lost 4 of the last 5, did get a Premier League win in their last game though. But it does kind of feel like the sort of game where you could really see Man City, if they're on it, if Haaland's on it, Alvarez is on it, etc, etc, piling on the goals, and I can definitely see that happening. And I'm going to say it will be 5 for Man City. Moving on then to Sheffield United as they take on Wolves at Bramall Lane. And Sheffield United, what an awful run they've on, losing 6 in a row, and they just look absolutely hopeless, don't they? Wolves, they've picked up recently, Gary O'Neill doing a really solid job, but 1 point from 10 games for Sheffield United, it's really not a good situation at all, is it? Could they become the worst team in Premier League history? Who knows, the way they're going. I'm going to be optimistic, say they pick up a draw, but I have very little confidence in that happening. But I think Wolves, they're a good team. Moving on then to Newcastle as they take on Arsenal in the late game on Saturday, and then a game that I'm really excited for. Newcastle, obviously that 3-0 win over United last time out, big result for them, and taking on a Arsenal side who got knocked out of the Carabao Cup, but before that we're on a really good run. Newcastle, in 6th in the Premier League, they've had a solid start to the season, but 7 points off Arsenal already. They want to start making that up, but I'm going to say this will be a close game. I'm going to say it'll end in a draw though, 2-2 for me. Moving on into Sunday's games in the Premier League, and we're starting things off with Forest against Aston Villa, and of course it's been Villa's home form that's been so impressive for them. Away they're 10th in the league, so, they're not doing so bad at all. Only 4 points off the top. They've had a brilliant start to the season under Unai Emery, haven't they? Forest, though, only 10 points so far. Kind of struggling a little bit. So, they'll be looking to pick up a win in this one, I think, for sure. But, I think Villa will have a bit too much in here. I think away from home, even still, I think, they'll be the best side. Moving on then to Luton as they take on Liverpool at Kenilworth Road. And, for Luton, this needs to be a game where they just make things really difficult for Liverpool. If you know what I mean, don't let them get an early goal, get on their backs, etc, etc, because Kenilworth Road, it's not exactly Anfield, is it? But Liverpool, they'll be going in here hoping for a win. Luton, of course, no expectation in the result. So I think it's a game which they can really just enjoy, and I think Liverpool in the end inevitably will have too much of them. I'm going to say 3-0. Moving on into Tottenham as they take on Chelsea at White Hart Lane, and yeah, of course, no international break, no Champions League games for these teams due to no Europe. So yeah, we've got this one taking place on Monday night, and yeah, again, I'm looking forward to Chelsea starting to show signs of progress. I would say still not totally convinced, especially when you utilise Brentford, and just Tottenham continue flying along. So yeah, this should be a really interesting game. And I think at White Hart Lane, Tottenham will have a bit too much for Chelsea. I'm going to say it'll be a 2-1 win for Spurs. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and daily football news, and subscribe to my channel. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.